So this is Boneworks with the 9060 XT. As you can see, like at the top left of the screen, you would see like FPS. Let me check. Yeah, it's pretty good. But as you can see, this is the full performance of the 9060 XT. But let's go back and let's go into a more intensive level. This thing has a powerful 1 terabyte Gen 4 NVMe SSD and an Intel i5 12600KF, and I'm using a 3S to stream the game onto, so it's pretty good. And while we're in this level, let me check the screen. We're getting an average FPS of 60 and maybe above. I'm not sure, but you're the one seeing it, so need to adjust. Okay, let's go to a more intensive part of this level, because this isn't really accurate. As you can see, we're getting good FPS just flying around, but FPS could change. Where is this? Okay. So you can see the performance, but I can't. So getting good FPS just in this area alone, but I'm gonna start cranking some settings up. MSAA, shadows all the way. As I saw on my display, we're getting like around 60 FPS. That's pretty decent, but it's not the best, especially if you're speed running the game. So I wouldn't recommend it. But by the way, since I'm on a Quest 3S, the pixels on the screen, if you combine them all, you would get like around 7 million pixels. And that's a ton of pixels, so if you have like a Valve index, your graphics card will be rendering less pixels, so you get better FPS. There, I found it. But as you can see, it's better if I lower my frame rate. Lower my settings to get better frame rates, because then I could do something like this. I could bunny hop easily. It's really OP. And if we go into a more graphically intensive level, then I'll show you. This game is pretty intensive for some reason, even though it's as bland as a piece of toast without anything on it. But like, the game just looks very old looking. And on my old laptop with a 3050, it was not fun to run this game at all. But as you can see, the performance is really good. Feels smooth on my end. I have a USB 3 link cable, and I think it's Gen 1, so I'm getting like around 5 gigabytes or gigabits of speed. So it feels really smooth on my side. The tip for bunny hopping is mostly just high frame rate. My god. My internet is garbage, so I'm not using Airlink. I would never want to use it. Oh my god. What's happening? Okay, that seemed to do the job. So you can see the higher frame rate really boosts my jump height. Okay. He's done. Wait. This is with the lowest settings. This is without any mods at all. So no melon loader, no nothing. Just Boneworks. I forgot I can't eject my mag. Feels smooth. And I'm recording with the AV1 encoder maxed out. So the melon loader stuff, it might actually ruin your performance, because earlier today I was playing this game with melon loader, and it was just way more stuttery than this. And before that I wasn't recording at all, so I don't know. I wish I had an index, I wish I could control each individual finger. And also having more FPS with less pixel load is it just sounds good. And you get a wider FOV. Oh my god. I just did a skip. Makes the game easier. As you can see, the game is very smooth. Getting closer to that part. Runoff. So we're in the next level, runoff. I don't see the performance, but feels pretty smooth. And this part. Okay. At the start of the game, at the start of the level, it felt pretty choppy. But that's something with my graphics card or the game or something. I don't know. But that happens every single time I play this game. The performance is meh at the start of any level, and then it just gets good from that. So this level, it's not really that hard to run. This is just the normal level you play, but I'll play the level tower. Okay, we're in tower. It's not laggy from here, but I'm expecting the FPS to fall faster than my grades. Always have to do the super jump. So okay, It's not laggy, not really laggy, but for some reason on my graphics card, whenever like it's under load for its first time, it's just very laggy, and then once it gets used to everything, it's not so laggy anymore. That happens to Tower, mostly Tower. But you know, gonna try a skip that I've never done before. It works. That's actually an insane skip. Never tried it before. Gonna use it more often. Okay, so going to the next part. I'm running at 1080p. My monitor is a 1080p 75 hertz monitor, and then I have a secondary monitor that has OBS on it, and it's running pretty well. Okay. Okay. I thought I dropped my gun. Okay. This part is easy. Just use the super jumping to your advantage and just, do this. Or you don't need to super jump for that part. But this game can be. Oh, my nose is itchy. This game could be exploited in so many different ways. It's actually crazy. Like, this part next. Super jumping is OP, especially at higher FPS. Oh my god. I'm using super jumping to my advantage. Okay. Since we've made it from oh my god. We made it through this level. I'm just gonna do one last stress test. And then we'll switch over to Bonelab. And it has more graphics features. And it low-key isn't that laggy, to be honest. But if I enable MSAA at 8 times and turn on shadows, then I don't feel that big of a decrease in performance, but I mean it's still playable. My graphics card is a dual fan 9060 XT, has 16 gigabytes of GDDR6, and it's pretty good for Boneworks. So next game, Bonelab. Bonelab. As you can see, I can see the FPS since I have like OpenVR Toolkit, and actually having your refresh rate in the Oculus app set to 120 hertz, it's not so good. Like, it's only at 60 FPS from what I can see, but these are the settings that I'm playing out. These are literally maxed out, by the way. No foveated rendering. If you want this setting, you have to like do something, and the I don't know. I'll maybe drop a video on that later. But volumetrics, it just tanks your FPS. No reasonable person on this planet would actually want to play at 30 FPS just for slightly better volumetrics, but okay, let's get into I'm not sure. Container yard, okay. So, just hopping into the loading screen, getting 80 FPS, but okay, so in the level, the 60 FPS doesn't feel so bad, and since I'm gonna be publishing this on YouTube, you're not really gonna notice the FPS drops, since YouTube only caps to 60 FPS. I'm recording in AV1 with the AV1 encoder, and and I'm using the maxed out preset for it too. So the performance may vary between system and system, but from my configuration, it's pretty good. There's no, there's not much frame drops, and the game feels consistently smooth. Just feels nice. Well, this I feel like there's a lot of delay between me putting my hand up. Yeah, it just feels like there's delay. For some reason, my camera is shaking on my screen. I don't know why. That's probably because my bit rate is kind of low, but I'll try to fix that later. I'm lazy. I'm not gonna exit the game just for one thing to be fixed. But if we put on like competitive settings or whatever the heck these Bonelabbers call it, but this is we're gonna turn everything off or down, volumetric low. Okay, we're we're getting in the 80s. That's good. But I'm seeing a lot of frame drops, that's for sure. And the game doesn't look good at all. This looks horrible. I wish Bonelab had like FSR4 and DLSS for those Nvidia boys. And he died. Doesn't feel that smooth on my end for some reason. I need to fix that, but when I play Bonelab, I usually play at 72 Hz because that's pretty good. It's very smooth. And in this game, you don't get any advantages for having a higher FPS. So 72 Hz just looks good enough. And bunny hopping doesn't work at all in this game because the new physics version broke everything. So now, when you jump, when you do the typical Boneworks bunny hopping thingy, it does not work at all. Instead, it just sends you upwards. You don't get any forward momentum like in Boneworks. So I'll just keep that in mind. So you do not need anything more than 72 Hz or 60 Hz for Bonelab, but for the price, for the MSRP of this graphics card, which is like $350, then like pretty good. But the price I got it at was like $470. I don't hear any noise from my PC. That's how you know it's a decent card when it doesn't pull much power. It doesn't need a triple cooler design, so that's a nice thing. I can't even hear it. And I have an i5 600 KF. I'll put my specs in the description of this video. guess I'll end it there, guys. But wait, I'll end it after I do this. Gonna literally max out my settings except for volumetrics. And then bloom is the only thing that makes the game look good for some reason. Okay, that it looks good. But 60 FPS just isn't really cutting it for me. But as you can see, it's a playable experience. At 72 hertz, I can get 72 FPS stably, and it's pretty good. So the 9060X T16GB is a good variant of the 8 gig card is not good from the videos I've seen, but from previous um information I've gotten off of this card, I checked Task Manager, and in Boneworks it was using 7 GB of memory. But that's just how much memory is being allocated, so it's probably using like 5 GB or like 6 or 7. I don't know how much, but that was just how much being allocated. So 16 GB is kind of overpowered, but it's good. I'll end the video here, guys, and I hope you enjoy.